Traditional medicine in South African society has been handed down from generation to generation. It is practiced by sacred sangomas who are called to its healing power. It has found a foothold in modern living. Today, in the heart of Johannesburg, professionals like Choko Nkosi are exploring how to incorporate this ancient discipline into their daily lives.
I was born into a very Christian environment. They did not observe this. So you can understand I come from a very different paradigm to where I am now.
A few years ago, Choko started to suffer from a series of debilitating health issues. When medical doctors were unable to diagnose her, she turned to a traditional healer.
I was sick. It was not understood why. I went from doctor to doctor. I went to specialists. I went to psychiatrists. I got put on antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, all sorts of things which really didn't actually get the problem solved. And then I started consulting on it.
Mkhonto, which is the name Choko has been given by her ancestors, works as a financial executive in a large firm. Those first consultations with a practicing Sangoma has led her on a lifelong journey.
There are things I can speak of, and there are things I cannot, because I'm governed by a very strict code of ethics of the spirit world. I started initiation 2.5 years ago. It's not in the way, so it's not a juggle. It's not a conflict. It's not a contradiction. What it does is that it enhances you as a person, your intuition, your way of being, which is really very important, and your understanding of things beyond the human, if I can put it that way.
Learning how to be a healer starts with Uktwasa, which is an initiation illness. It is believed this sickness or a series of unusual happenings will persist until the chosen individual heeds the calling and seeks out a trainer to initiate them into healing.
The choice of where you initiate is not a personal choice. I think that's very important that I should stress that. You are led. You know the saying that says that when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
While many question the tradition, those who say they have been healed by it feel it is a force.
The power comes partly from training. You learn to trance, you learn to enter a headspace that allows you to see and understand things which often cannot be articulated, cannot be put into language easily. And that's one of the reasons why healers use material culture. They use throwing the bones, so-called divination. It's an interpretive technology that gives you the power to interpret another person's experience.
Mkhonto's trainer goes by the ancestral name of Dzonga. She has been a practicing healer in Johannesburg for almost 20 years. Dzonga says her journey into traditional healing began as a child when she first started having dreams she believes were signs from the ancestors. The dreams followed her into adulthood.
I had a recurring dream with me in a car accident, and I saw myself hurt in this car accident. Unfortunately, the car accident happened. I came out alive and I wasn't hurt at all, not even a scratch. The very first night, I dreamt of my ancestors who told me that you are called and you have to answer. It is us that are looking for you. You are busy in a car going left, right, and center. That is not where we want you. You are to heal people, and you are to carry out our name.
People are both called to be healers through their illness and are healed by becoming healers to heal others.
Traditional healers, Dzonga says, are not to be confused with witch doctors.
What we don't do is mutilate. We do not kill. What we use is herbs from the soil. The witch doctor actually brings negative energy.
Choco originally consulted Zonga as a patient, but she said she soon discovered that she had been led there for a greater purpose, to train as a healer herself.
The person who's going to help you holistically is already known by your spirit. You are here as a person to be healed.
Our work is not work that you can advertise, really. It is work that is spirit-based. So a person needs to have dreamt of me before they can come here, and they need to know who my name is. So by the time they come here, what I would do is to check through the bones if really this is the person that I saw, just to confirm, and then we start their training. Before I consult, I use the incense, impepo. Impepo is what we burn first and foremost before we do anything inside the indumba. This space is called indumba because it is where the ancestors live. This is basically like my phone. So I burn my incense to channel my spirit to come to me. So this is my telephone call to the ancestors. This is an ancestral bag that carries the bones. Everyone has got a bag that is given by their ancestors. These are the bones, but my bones are basically shells from the sea because I consult with the spirit of the water. My shells tell me exactly what is happening with a person.
The clapping is part of all of the work that we do with ancestors. When I enter the consultation room, I'm entering that room, I'm addressing both, the human and the spirit. And when I clap, when I enter in, I'm saying, I have arrived, I'm here.
Choco trains closely with Zonga, whom she fondly calls Baba.
Every consultation, some by exception, will end up with the dispensation of herbs, medication. And obviously Baba is in the consulting room and she needs assistance. And the assistance will come in the form of me. The singing. We work with ancestors, we work with the divine. And so our work is not just consultation with the bones and the dispensation of the herbs, but it is also giving to God and asking them to divine what we are doing and to bless it.
All healers are given tools for the purpose of engaging with the spirit world and to interpret the ancestors' messages. But there are some healers who can communicate in a much more direct, physical way.